All right, folks. This is going to be an interesting episode for me. One, I'm going to lay out how I've been feeling about my current job. And I'm not necessarily quitting, but I think it's good to make it well known that you're about ready to, in some cases. Now, if you are not a very good worker, you don't work very hard, then you might not want to do this, but it just depends on the situation. George Washington says, "Shut up." George Washington, I'm going to shove my hand right up your. I'm going to fuck you up, George Washington. Anyway, but no, when it comes to the job, broke burn. Shut the hell up, George Washington. You probably suck dick for coke. Anyway, anyway, the live chat has already started off with a bang. Bang. All right, let's see here. I got to get the chat window open real quick. So I think loud quitting is not necessarily a bad idea. And here's the thing. I recently kind of got fed up with work a little bit, actually, quite a bit. It's not the job that pisses me off. I'm surprisingly decent at the job, but there was one thing I wasn't doing in October with the job, and I'm going to keep things as vague as possible, that, was a little bit concerning, but I didn't like the way my supervisor communicated the information to me. And I also didn't like the fact that my supervisor didn't give me time to digest the information, especially since I was 58% of the problem on the specific scenario. I actually got upset. I got a little bit pissed, actually. I was already having trouble with this specific supervisor that I was working with because I think she communicates like shit, to be quite frank. And I'm keeping names completely anonymous, obviously. If I'm going to, because it's just, it's the respectful thing to do. And I don't like being treated as if I'm completely incompetent. I think it's very, very frustrating. And give me a moment, folks. One second. What's going on here? Technical difficulties, real quick. One moment, folks. Hold on. I'm still here. I had to turn the camera off real fast. Let's see. Give me a second, folks. It's going to take a bit. But while we're waiting, just technical difficulties. I'm just a little frustrated at the moment. That's okay. Hold on. I'll keep it up for just a second here. Yeah, but yeah, overall, I'm just very. I actually got really pissed yesterday. It was not a good day for me, actually. And I think a lot of people have had these days, and I just want to say, loud quitting is, in my opinion, pretty justified, especially if you do good work, or at least you do okay enough work to where it's like, you're still, what I mean, needed and all that shit. But no, I think I kind of lost it the other day. I was just so angry. Like, and this person, by the way, like, I don't think she necessarily, I hope she doesn't mean well, but there are times I feel specifically targeted. Like, it's the weirdest thing. And my instincts are somewhat correct about these things because I've been targeted before for things. There are people who just straight up don't like me, and I totally get it. I'm not always a likable person. In fact, sometimes you either love me or you hate me. And granted, that is completely understandable. Um, but it's just I don't know. It's just I just wish, the people that I work with, I wish they were a little more understanding sometimes, and it's just not. There's just levels of it's just it's just frustrating. Anyway. All right, sorry about that. Let me get this back up. I'm just sorry. I'm a little upset. Still kind of upset, and I don't know. It's just give me a second. I gotta check something real quick. Yeah, that's right. Let's see, that makes sense. Suspicious activity. Sorry, I'm just interesting. Give me just a few moments. There might have been a little bit of sus activity on this. Signed in Nord? No. Guess we'll do a quick system scan. Well, looks like everything's good. Yeah, I was just having some issues with this. That was me, as far as I could tell. Oh, the kitties love them. So I got the cats some catnip pillows. I think they're liking the catnip pillows, though. I'm really excited about that. I wish they'd give me a little more information on this one, though. A little frustrating. But yeah, I think as far as it goes, loud quitting, I think, can be a very good thing. Sorry about that. I got way distracted on this one. No, I didn't quit my job. Not yet. Not yet. It's going to happen eventually, though. Because I've kind of gotten to the point where I made my objections very clear. It's not the job that bugs me. I actually enjoy doing the job. I'm not exactly bad at it. Surprisingly pretty good at it. But, there was some, let's just say I got a supervisor who's really testing my patience, and I didn't think she would be this frustrating. And yeah, so I'm a little bit pissed, and I think it's justified. And
What do you think, Squeaky?
oh, squeakers! Hold on. Oh, Squeakers loves the catnip pillow. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I think we like it.
Squeakers loves the catnip pillow. Yes. Yeah, go Squeakers. So our little cat Squeakers. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him, little catnip pillow. He's loving it. He's loving this catnip pillow. He's rubbing all over it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Dude, Squeakers, there's a catnip infused pillow, and he's being so freaking cute about it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What a cute kitty. He's just being so sweet. Yeah. Yeah, and at this point, like, look, even if I. Here's the thing. So, even if I got shit canned from my job, for instance, um, it would be one of those things where I'd be okay in the long run, which is good. So it really wouldn't matter that much because I could still do DoorDash and stuff like that. I could schedule shifts in advance and just do DoorDash pretty much all day. I've got no shame in that. Plus, I get write-offs on taxes for every business mile I use, so it pretty much pays for itself. Um, yeah, I'm just kind of at this. I'm at my wit's end a little bit. I think, and this is to anybody who's having a similar problem, man. You got a supervisor who's just. This is the first. I've been at this company for 12 years. The company I've worked with. As I don't really consider myself that I work for them. I believe I work for myself no matter what. I think everybody does. But part of me is indecisive because like I get paid pretty decently. I get paid decently to do this job. It's not like the best. There's actually I could get paid a lot more to do other work similar to what I'm doing, to be honest. I just don't feel like learning anything new right now because I'm so busy, trying to make money doing this and stuff. But yeah, to anybody who's actually having real frustrations in their job, loud quitting isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world to do. I wouldn't, I'd obviously, get better consultation than me, but make it known, especially if you know that you're at least somewhat valuable to a degree. And maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit, but I was close, like even calling out, which I usually don't call out. I'm pretty good about it. The only time I call out is if there's like a real family emergency and stuff. And I'm just slowly beginning to not like my supervisor. And I'm not, so like I've got basically, it's the supervisor who gives me the information. She'll give me feedback, but the way she presents the feedback is extremely frustrating and the and a little manipulative. Like I can't have an emotional reaction without some sort of gaslighting involved, and I fucking hate it. So I'm done. I'm not like a part of me like if she does it again, I don't know. I think quitting would actually give her a victory because I think she wants me to quit low key. Of course, she can't truthfully, if she hates me, she can't say that she hates me because she knows that would risk her job. So she low key pretends like she's trying to buddy with me. Okay, fair. So unfortunately, we have to play these stupid games. I'm not a fan of that. I don't live that way. I and it's funny because like I've slowly come to resent the job. I used to enjoy doing the job that I do. Seriously, I'm surprisingly good at it. I'm not the best. I'm not going to say I'm the best, but I will say I'm at least above average at what I do, right? For the most part. But my effort level, I've lately, I just don't. There's a part of me that just doesn't give a shit anymore. And my job's not hard. I like my job. The person who believes they have control over me is the problem that I'm having. And I've had a bit of a problem with this person. Um, and I think they're trying to buddy buddy with me, but I can't. I can't. Like, and the worst part is I can't be switched over to some other supervisor. It's just not possible. So like yeah, it's frustrating, man. Sorry, I would have the live chat up, but I've been having some issues here. Yeah, and one of the reasons why I've tried doing YouTube and Spotify is so that way I have that extra side income. So that way, if I needed to do DoorDash, I'd at least have two fairly dependable sources of income of consistency. Um, I do swing trade Bitcoin though. Well, not Bitcoin, but the Biddy. Um, I'm gonna check my Google account real quick. Let's look at the logs. Oh, it might have been because I was mass what do you call it? Deleting lots of videos and stuff. So it's very possible that what could have been happening was noticed I was mass deleting everything. So that makes sense. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna check the suspicious activity. Let's look at all the activity. Okay, that's Windows Chrome. That makes sense. Yeah. Legit to me. Sorry, I gotta look through some of this. It's one of those things that like I have to see if all the devices are good. Yeah, let's get it. So why are they saying suspicious activity? Like, it's so weird. It's Oregon. All right, that's fine. So all these were happening in Oregon. Interesting. So I'm trying to figure this one out. Google prompt for devices. Got that. Sorry, you guys. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything with all my shit. Doing a full virus scan just in case. They said there's unusual activity, but I'm trying to figure out like what that unusual activity was. I guess I could look at the overall logs. People sharing security, few security tips, new sign-ins. Okay. So they're saying that there's suspicious activity. Okay. I mean, luckily I got two-factor authentication and stuff like that, so I'm pretty good there. But yeah, it signed me out, which is reasonable. Sign in. Okay, cool. Signed in. All right, I guess I could show some chats. I'll show you guys his chats real quick. Pop out chat. All right. So you mad your boyfriend Mike Tyson lost? Yeah. Actually, that was the weirdest fight I've ever seen. That had to be staged. Quit your job with some haters here today. Okay. And just pay some bills. Resolve registry issues. Free up system mechanic. Resolve. What? Well, I guess I'll have to. How to be scripted. Yeah, it had to be scripted. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, dude. I was thinking exactly. That just blew my mind. I mean, I knew that. Okay, so here's the thing: Jake Paul definitely had the advantage over Tyson when it came to his age, and admittedly, it looked like Jake Paul was actually really training for this. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. But back to the subject, though, man. I haven't quit my job. I'm still keeping it because I feel if I quit, then because look, I sometimes you can't help but feel targeted for whatever reason. Um, I just either you know what I mean. I just feel like I'm treated. I don't like the way I'm treated, to be honest. I hate it. I don't particularly enjoy. I don't know. I just get so tired of being bitched at. You know, I don't like it. Um, especially like when it's almost like there's something. Whether it's like I come back from lunch a minute late or some bullshit like that. Like I don't like it, man. I get that there's personal accountability and all that shit. I get it. But it's like I do show up. Like the worst part is a lot of the people that I work with call out a lot. Like I understand if there's like family emergencies, that's a different story. But I'm thinking like most people are calling out on Friday, for example. It's because they want an early weekend. That's usually the pattern of behavior. I come in on Fridays. I work the whole fucking shift. But I just don't get any respect. Not even a single ounce. And my effort level just has definitely tubed for sure. Like in the last like 15 days, I've just kind of just been like, nope. Even the last 20, I think, maybe last 25, it's just been kind of like, Um, and like, I really like my job. I don't hate it. That's the worst part about it is when, how do you deal with like people who make you just feel like dirt, but you can't really do anything about it? You know, when I was on a larger client, um, there was a client that I was on where it was larger and you had kind of your choice of whoever supervisor you wanted. So, you know, in a lot of ways, if you didn't jive with one of them, there was one I did not jive with at all. In fact, she openly did not like me and switched me out. Um, which I'm glad. But like, I fucking hate it when people, if they don't like you, they'll find a way to just like mess with you. And if they're in a higher position than you, they'll really fuck with you. It's like, dude, I get it if you like are only pretending to like me because you have to and you hate me for whatever reason. I don't even know what the reason is. But there's a level of targeting that pisses me the fuck off and I can't really do anything about it. Um except for I guess I can complain about it like I'm doing now. I got an outlet. You guys are my therapist, by the way. I actually do like venting this stuff out because I'm sure people have had similar problems with people who are a little too power hungry and think that they got control over you, when in all reality, they don't. Honestly, if you think you got control over somebody and you want to control them, they just end up resenting you, just like what's happening now. I resent people who try to control me. I really do. I fucking hate it. I really hate being controlled. I'm not an authority. I hate authority. Like, I really do. I really do. Like, with a fucking passion, you know? Um, let's see. Anthony says, "Oh yeah, for sure." But those clips of Mike training also he was beast in it, but a fight came, he held his punches back. Yeah, he was really just on the defensive the whole time. Um, I was shocked about that. Thinking about doing a mukbang here in a second, but I'm probably gonna do this live. I'm gonna do this one a little shorter than normal. I'm not gonna do like a full. I don't think I'm gonna do a full hour of this. I'll do another stream later, but for this particular one, I just kind of want to get this off my chest. Anybody who's having similar problems, I feel for you. Like I said, it sucks when you like the job, but you don't like the person who is directly managing you at the job. Like you feel like she's like it's straight up. I know that they don't want to admit it because they can't, you know, because then it becomes like some sort of weird HR issue. It's like obviously they're not going to say they're targeting me, but there's patterns of behavior that one can notice if you feel like you're being targeted. Um, and I feel like I'm being targeted. Like there's just, I don't know. I hate it. I hate the feeling. And I do my best to improve. I do have some blind spots when it comes to my work a little bit. There was some issues. I won't go into specifics, but I've corrected them since then. Um, but it just feels like they're looking for mistakes. Like they're trying to find mistakes and then really grill me for it. And usually these mistakes are very tiny and correctable. I'm just really, I've just gotten a little upset because I think the way that she communicated it, the situation, was as if it was the end of the world. I hate it. It's just, and then didn't give me the time, by the way. So we have to go and take calls, right? You know, and that's fine. But you give me news like that in the morning, like that information, you make it seem like the most dire thing in the world, and then you start manipulatively grilling me for not getting online to take fucking phone calls. Fuck you. Fuck you. That is bullshit. So, and I at this point, the reason I'm doing this video is so I get fired for actually having a voice because I'm done. Like I'm actually done. I'm just heated. The more I think about it, the more pissed off I get. I just part of me wants to just quit and never look back. Part of me just wants to say, hey, take the systems. I'm done with this company. This company is, I don't know what's wrong with everybody, but I'm done. Don't want anything to do with it at this point. So I mean, at this point, I'm just kind of I'm just getting a paycheck. I never thought I'd see the day that I would just be, because I'm not that kind of guy. I don't like working just for a paycheck. Um, it's just not my gig. It's It's not who I am, so it's frustrating. Oh, I'm trying to look at this little video of little Misty. Um, oh, Misty, she loves it. Here we go. We got little Misty here.
Squeaky tried to steal Misty's.
Oh, Squeakers loves it.
She's not usually a fan of catnip, so I'm a little surprised. Hit it. See them just like tear apart.
This is so cool. I'm so glad they love him.
They're both just rolling on them. They're so stinking cute.
You guys gotta check this out. This is funny. They're all just like rolling on these little catnip pillows. Too freaking sweet. I love it. Oh, Squeakers. Oh. Oh. Yeah, Misty's got it. She's destroying it. Oh shit. She's so funny, man. But yeah, when it comes down to it, though, it's been on my mind. My boy George Washington says chubby. But yeah, overall, when you get a job that you like, for like I said, I like the job I do. It's not bad. It's the one thing that's made me hate the job, though, is toxic leadership, man. Like, for the most part, okay, so like, not all management, by the way, has been toxic to me. Just this one person who, the way I don't know. I feel incredibly targeted. I've never felt this way before. It's a little maddening for sure, but I think loud quitting is a good thing. You kind of have to put your foot down, especially if you know you do a pretty decent job. You know, um, it sucks when you start growing resentful of the job that you used to like. Um, I actually used to have some joy coming into work, and doing my job, but now I just kind of don't even want to be there. And in the feeling, it's sad because the feeling grows more and more. I mean, I get paid well, so that's the only thing keeping me there. I think if I got paid even $1 less, I'd be out. Um, Luckily, I'm well trained on the job, and I do a pretty decent job and all that bullshit. But it's just aggravating, I think. I do bring a lot to the table for the job, and I haven't, because usually, out of all my time working this job, working for this company, this is the first time, like, this is really the first time I felt like I want to cut ties with this company, right? Like, I will admit, if I get fully monetized on YouTube and if I get more money on Spotify and stuff like that, I would do DoorDash part time or even full time. Probably full time because I get to listen to fucking music and stuff um, while I'm delivering food to people. But it hurts. It really hurts because I really don't want to quit. Like quitting this job is really one of the last things I really want to do. Um, and one of the reasons I haven't quit yet is just because I really do enjoy doing the job. It's a very weird conundrum, man. Um, so I'm a little bit depressed for sure. Um, but yeah, I think the worst part was though when I was coming in a little bit late because, like I said, I was, you know, not as excited about the job as I was at one point, and I was coming in late for sure. And the way that she talked to me, it was fucking demeaning. It was fucking demeaning, and I didn't like it at all. Like this is really the first time I've had a real problem with a supervisor to the point where I don't really want to talk to her at all. Like you give me feedback, that's fine, but can you give it to me in a constructive way that makes it seem like I'm not like a complete fucking moron? You know, because I do everything else right, but then you find something I do wrong and you just want to fucking degrade me. You're a piece of shit. I don't even think she realizes the language that she uses is just degrading, and it's degrading language. It's not even the feedback. She made it seem like I don't know. I was annoyed. Yeah, so at this point, I don't even really participate in a lot of stuff anymore. I just kind of do the job and I get out. That's how much I just don't care anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just give me one moment. But yeah, I just I mean, whatever you guys would do, I'm kind of interested. You know, oh, cool. I can actually look at my activity logs on here. Nice. That's kind of cool. I was looking at my Google activity logs real quickly, and trying to understand exactly. No, none of this seems out of the unordinary. None of this seems out of the ordinary. So they might have felt like there was unusual activity in the sense that I was deleting YouTube videos. yesterday? Or 14th. Okay, that was the 14th. Used YouTube. Which is kind of cool, though. At least I get an in-depth analysis of all my data. Hmm. Well, I don't see any activity that would be. Hmm. Hmm. Does it get? Maybe I don't think it gives me the ability to look at all activity on one ladder. Hold on, maybe it does. Activity, promo activity, media likes, results about you. Oh, this is interesting. Interesting. Interest notifications. It was just interesting that they were saying there was suspicious activity on here. It's just like a part of me is wanting to believe that the suspicious activity was me mass deleting YouTube videos, which I honestly am starting to think was probably the issue. One more thing I want to check. Maybe I can look at the logs here. Back, switch account, your channel, blah blah blah. Maybe there's a settings, activity reports, activity logs, permission. Michael Donaldson says, "What's up, Garza?" Nothing much, man. Just kind of debating if I want to just do DoorDash full time, but I'm not. I don't think I am. I think I'm just gonna keep working the job until I rage quit, which is a possibility. Um, let's see. I might. I've thought about it for sure. I've thought about quitting just because I just feel like, I really do feel targeted, oddly enough. It's just the weirdest thing. Like, I just feel like targeted in the sense that when something that I do is wrong, it's presented to me in a way that just seems like it's, you know what I mean? Just almost like as if it's the end of the world and I better get my fucking act together. And it's just like, I don't like being talked down to. I know when I'm being talked down to. I know when I am. And I hate it when like my supervisor, for instance, the person who reports any data that they see, the way they word it is the problem. She words it, it's well written, but it's very it's too great. It's too grating. I don't like it. I've been on clients where, like, if they tell me that there's something wrong, they want to know. They want to, they want to know, like, here, just see what we can do to figure this out, man. It's all good. But instead, just and the person that I don't even care if any of this got back to him at this point because I'm just so fed up. Like, if any of this got back to my job, oh, screw it, fuck it. There's a level of, yes, condescending. That's it, man. That would probably be the one word. I just feel like there's a level of condescending talk. The moment she told me that we all need to start out, you need to start acting like an adult, from probably in my opinion, probably one of the more childish people I've ever worked with. Um, I won't go into specifics on what I do, just because I do like to maintain privacy. And I do respect, even if the people don't always respect me, I do respect their privacy and would never reveal who they are. That's just how I roll. But honestly, if it were ever to get back to them that I was talking smack, good, fucking good, because I don't like the way they talk to me, and I hate passive aggressive. I hate condescending. I'm not built for that life. I'm just not. And maybe it's because I'm fucking autistic and stupid. I don't know. But I fucking hate it. I just fucking hate it. And but yeah, I'm pretty fired up about it. If you want to know the truth, very I just been so upset, dude. Like I try not to let my job get me down, and like I said, not the job. Like the work is the best part about it. Oddly enough. Oh, okay. So I basically just do. I take phone calls for. I'll say technical support because that's pretty much what I do. Yeah, so just technical support over the phone, that sort of thing. I'm good at it. Like it's basically just glorified data entry. It's a data entry job for the most part. But yeah, we're also at the same time, problem solving, doing tasks to make things work for a customer. I'm going to be very vague about this because I do like to maintain anonymity for where I work because I know how people are on YouTube. They're very, you know, a lot of viewers on YouTube can be very awful. But yeah, loud quitting I think is a good thing. Letting people know that you're 1 foot out the door. I'm not going to recommend this for everybody because I don't think it would. I feel like you know, I don't know. I just feel like there's just a last sliver, very small sliver of respect anymore for this job. And yeah, and the best way to avoid people, I mean, the best way to counter somebody who you feel is targeting you, honestly, is to start ignoring them. Like, I'm done. Done. Absolutely just done. Um, and I think it sucks. It really sucks because I've been doing this job for a long time. I'm not gonna say the exact amount of time, but I've done this type of job for a while. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm still there's always levels of improvement that I need to make, but there are kinder ways of letting you know you need to make improvement. You know, and there's just no level of tact. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Um, I I pretty much have just straight up. I even admitted to my supervisor above me that like I can't. I will do this job until you guys realize I'm too much of a burden. You know, until you guys think I'm too much of a burden or something like that. But just awful. But it's just so frustrating. But just out of curiosity, Michael Donaldson says, look for a new job. It's easier to get a new job if you're currently working. Don't let your current employer know until you set up in a new position. That's probably a good idea. And then you don't even have to give your 2 weeks notice, but at that point, you can never really use them as a reference. But then again, a job can cut you at any time without giving you a 2 weeks notice. Like, I've seen this company that I work for pull that shit. So I don't even think I'm really justified to give them a 2 weeks notice. Um, yeah, I've definitely thought about just pulling the plug on all this and just straight up just doing DoorDash and doing YouTube and all that shit. I still have to delete a lot of videos though. There's a lot of videos because a lot of my videos are repurposed from other shows and edited, and so it's an interesting one. Still looking through this real quick, just kind of looking at but for sure, yeah, I feel a little bit hurt. Um, Yesterday was probably one of the worst days I've had working that job, and I'm giving myself a pat on the back because I was able to pull out the whole day and still continue to work and all that shit. Um, but yeah, I've kind of realized that the person that's above me is manipulative, and I don't like it. And uh, I have a pretty good red flag detector. I'm not gonna lie. I've been wrong sometimes, and I'll be willing to admit when I'm wrong. But when I figure out that somebody's targeting me, I try to get out of their sniper lens as best as I can. I don't want to make their life miserable, even if they're out to make my life miserable. I want to avoid them. My goal is to avoid. It's one of the reasons I hate authority, is because anybody who thinks that they have any sort of control over you, eek, yuck, don't like it at all. So I'm not a big fan of authority. I'll tell you that. It's one of the reasons why I have so many streams of income that don't require me to have a manager to have that income. So the less managers I have to deal with, the better. I've never liked having a manager. I mean, I respect the hierarchy. I understand why it's there. It's just tough for me to be that kind of person. Just, you know. But I mean, how do you pull that? I mean, like philosophically speaking, um like I said, it sucks cuz I really like the job. It just when management, here's the thing. The great thing is if you have an employee at your level and you don't really particularly care for them, or you feel like they're kind of a jerk, it's pretty easy to avoid them because they have no control over your life, right? But when you have a supervisor that you're starting to resent, and you could tell that they're kind of doing what they can to make you miserable, you start seeing you can't avoid it. And it sucks because I don't have the luxury of switching from one supervisor to the other in this position that I'm in. I'm stuck with who I got. Um that sucks. And unfortunately she's stuck with me, and maybe that's the part that she resents because I am just a different animal than most people. I don't think the same way that everybody else does. I don't, I'm not saying my work is like the best work in the world, but it is like pretty damn passable. I'm at least above average at what I do. It's just and here's the thing. For what I've been at the same job for a long time, but I haven't worked with the same clients. And when I say clients, I mean companies for the same time. Um, some companies have to get rid of the contracts that they have with us, so then we have to move on to other companies as employees. So that's pretty much it. Um, yeah. Michael Donaldson says, I've had more than my share of shit bosses. Use this as motivation to get out the right way. Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing, man. It's like, why should I quit? You know, I always think of that. I always think of that scene. What was it? That Office Space movie where the guy's name's Michael Bolton, and he's thinking to, and he's like basically like, he's like, well, why don't you just go by Mike? Or something. I can't remember exactly what he said. It's like, he goes by Michael. Why don't you just go by Mike Bolton? He's like, no, why should I have to change my name? He's the one who sucks. And I think about that, and I'm like, even though that scene is a little bit out of context for what this is, with this situation. It's just like, if she's the one being a piece of crap, why should I have to quit? If she's the one trying to push me out, why don't I just stay? Why don't I just keep doing a really good job? The best revenge out there is success, and I firmly believe that. And the best way to make, honestly, the best way to make somebody who already hates you hate you even more is to be successful. So I don't know. I just feel very hurt at this job, and honestly, if any of this ever got back to them, screw it. Good. Fucking good. Let this get back to them. Because I can't tell this to any of them in a professional setting. And honestly, I could deny it is about them, right? Even though it is about them. Because I never used any of their names. They've remained completely anonymous. Maybe I've got a second job. Who knows? Either way, like I said, I'm respectful overall. But I'm very frustrated right now. I'm super frustrated. And hopefully, it'll get squared away. But yeah, it's one of the reasons. I mean, I had other things going on yesterday, but one of the reasons I haven't been doing as much, just one of the reasons I haven't been doing as much, what do you call it? I need to do more live streams. Is really what I'm saying. It's one of the reasons I'm doing a live stream now. Just because, one, it gets more subscribers, but it allows me to still communicate with the audience, because you guys are fun to communicate with. I like talking to you guys. Even you, George Washington, you make me feel like shit, though. You call me fat. But yeah, it's like, let's see. It is a good scene, man. It is a good scene for sure. Donaldson says, let's see, what is Donaldson? In your situation, and just leave, who are they? Why should you deal with them? Look around and see what jobs are available. Absolutely, man. And that's one of the reasons that's why I thought about it, because like I already do DoorDash on the side. I get paid all right. I mean, it's not as lucrative as of the pay that I get. I probably have to work an extra hour a day doing DoorDash to get to at least equate to what I would get in a day doing this job, doing the job that I actually do. But at this point, man, like, what is the point? I've just been really contemplating that, and it's like, yeah. Because like I said, I'll do delivery driving if I have to. I'll do it full time if I really need to. I'll do DoorDash all day, man. But I just am. I've gotten sick of the crap, and if she wants to push me out, all I can do is focus on the job. The job at hand is the primary focus. The best way to, like I said, the best way to get back at your enemies is just be successful. And if you got, and I don't really even want to see her that way. All I see this person as this leader that I have, this person who thinks they can control me, is more of an obstacle. And you hate to say that, because it's like, I don't like to think of people as obstacles, but like, I understand they have to give me feedback, but dude, I wish, and I won't because it's technically I can't because it's all private stuff, but I wish people could see the level of condescending behavior that I frustrating. I even said the other day, I feel like I get a little micromanaged, and she said, "No, you don't." And I'm like, basically, like, fuck this. Immediately when she basically, because I said, I feel a little micromanaged on this client. She's like, "No, this isn't micromanaged. Trust me." It's like, this seems pretty fucking micromanaged to me. Like, I know what micromanage looks like because I've had to deal with it, and not a lot, luckily. If I had to deal with micromanaging on every single client that I've had to work for within this job that I do, I probably would have quit a long time ago. But a lot of the times I'm just, I get the feedback, I get time to look at it. But you don't give me feedback and not give me some sort of time to look at it. That is stupid. These people want me to do a good job, but I don't want to work for them. Like I said, I mean, like, look, if this video ever got out and they got to them somehow, good. Good. Fucking good. Because yesterday was kind of like I'm going to see what I can do to be successful at this job, but I'm going to see what I can do outside of this job to maybe convince other people to maybe not be a bitch ass like me. I should have up and quit yesterday is what I should have done. I should have. I really should have. That would have been the smartest thing for me to do. But I'm too much of a fucking pussy. I'm just like my dad. Just like my dad. But that's all right. I'm going to keep doing this job until I don't know when my deadline is. I'm not going to give a deadline just yet. Look, I'm getting paid well. I can still keep investing. I can still put my money into betting against Bitcoin, which is actually doing well. But if Bitcoin keeps going up, which is great, I'm betting against it makes it even better because I get the biddy at lower prices. And when Bitcoin does eventually crash, which I don't know when, truthfully, it'll crash. Frankly, don't know when it will crash, but let's see what Bitcoin's at now. Here's the thing: Bitcoin is stupid. Bitcoin is dumb. But yeah, no, I decided, you know what? I got a lot of subscribers. I got a good platform. Maybe I can help somebody make a decision. Maybe somebody out there is facing the same dilemma that I am. They love the job. Like I said, the job is fun to me. I'm good at speaking over the phone. I'm good at doing the work. But yeah. Michael Donaldson says, look to see what is available. I should. I'm afraid to. I'll admit it. I'm going to be honest. There is a level of fear. Like I said, part of me wants to just do DoorDash all day. Like, at least I'd be getting fresh air, But the problem is I am complaining about it, and I'll fully admit that complaining really does no good. But yeah, it's just yeah, yeah. But I think I should probably drop it. I got to eat some food and then clean up the house a little bit. I think I'm just gonna. Michael Donaldson says, "Fuck fear, change is good." I agree. I agree with that. Um, there was a lot of change that I made. Getting a new car was actually an interesting change. Getting, you know what I mean, like getting an actual like decent car that has like virtually no mileage on it, which is good. That was actually a very tough change to make, but it's a good one. It was a healthy one. I needed it. But Look at these nuts says, dude, turn on your notifications, love your channel, but turn that shit on. What do you mean? Are you saying my videos aren't, you're not being notified of my videos? Well, first off, I think, well, usually when I do a live video like this, doesn't it, it should notify you naturally. Um, Maybe the vertical live ones don't really notify you very well. I don't know. Maybe it's like the type of format or something like that. It's really tough to say. Look at these nuts says took a week to find you guys. Send notifications for the time that you'll be online. Wait, why would it take a week? Huh. Decent employer will be good, says Michael Donaldson. I agree with that, man. I think it's a good thing, man. Part of me also just doesn't like being an employee. I really do enjoy just the freedom of kind of doing whatever. But I think I'm going to keep doing this job against my better judgment. I think I'm going to continue to do this job. Get notifications. So, but anyway, I'm getting paid good money. It helps pay the bills for sure. Look, I'm also the one change that I will say that is happening in my life is the fact that, you know, I may be suspended from earning money on YouTube temporarily. Once I fix all the needed things that need to be fixed, then everything's good to go. But everyone is always acting low. La la la, in stereo. But oh. Damn, man. Or damn. Let's optimize this bad boy. Let's get it. Thank you, Michael Donaldson. Appreciate you, partner. Yeah, man. I'm sorry about that. Look at these nuts, man. I'm sorry about that, brother. I'm trying. Trying. I mean, a lot of the times I do a live video, it's very spontaneous. I try to keep a schedule, but at the same time, I just got I have other things in my life that I got to do. So, but I've been trying to make this more of a priority because, you know, I do have viewers and I don't want to leave you guys behind. But yeah, no, I hope this helps in some way if anybody's having a quandary. But I think I should at least take Michael Donaldson's advice. You know, really consider new areas of employment. That would probably be the smartest thing I could do. Because you know, sometimes you just, while I'm grateful to the employer for you know, for the money that I made, and you know, they've allowed me to prosper in a lot of ways, and at the same time, man, it's just sometimes it's just not worth it. hate feeling that way, man. I hate feeling that way, man. Look at these nuts says you still sound like Cher, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no. What am I supposed to do? Sit around and wait for you? Well, I can't do that. There's no turning back. It's so sad that you're leaving. I need time to believe it. Dun dun dun, said and done. You're gonna be the lonely one, no. Do you believe in life after love? Anyway, all I know is that being controlled by miserable people eventually does come to an end. If you're going through hell, you got to keep going, right? So, let's see how much I could take, right? Let's just see how much I could take. Let's see how much passive aggressive bullshit I can handle. That's good. So, yeah, when it comes to employers, man, don't let your supervisor, try not to let your supervisor abuse you, and have a plan. I think it's good to have a way out, an escape route. You know what I mean? I've kind of gotten to this point where I need a bit of an escape plan. So I think it's kind of the smartest things I can do. And yeah. I'm lucky because in a lot of ways I do have a second job I can rely on to a point. Sounds like Cher burping. Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate that, brother. So I'm doing pretty good in fantasy football. I know nobody wants to hear that, but I'm going to say it anyway. But let's see here. Power rankings are looking good, dude. P Diddy Bangs Tight Ends, by the way, is my team name on fantasy football, and it's pretty badass. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're doing. Ain't no party like a P Diddy party. I can't help myself. Pretty good though. Pretty excited. Um, One moment, folks. I could do a mukbang. Look at these nuts. Says no. Hell is your doctor telling you have Parkinson's that is progressing quickly? I can't tell my wife. Oh wow. Oh, dude. My uncle Larry was suffering from Parkinson's. He recently passed away. Um, he lived a very full life, though, for the most part. It was progressing in ways that was not good. Hold the medication and use different pharmacy. I can't tell my son or wife. What do you think that I'm assuming that you only hide it because you're afraid of what their reaction will be. Do you think that their reaction would be bad? Do you think that they would Oh man, I'm sorry about that, man. That's tough. I'm sorry, brother. Sorry about going so silent on that one, but I just don't know what to say. Razor bad. I will tell you this. Um, the best thing you could probably do is tell them the truth. I will admit the result is probably I don't know what the result is that you're going to get. I can't promise that. I can't even promise if telling the truth is the best way to go. But I can say this. I don't know if hiding it's going to be any better, though. I don't think hiding it's going to make it better. So I hope you don't hide it from them. If they truly love you, and I hope they do. I don't know what your relationship is like with your wife and your kid. But if they love you, they should be able to hopefully accept it, man. I'm sorry that you feel like you have to hide it from them. I really am. I'm sorry. I guess that's awful, man. Damn. Trying to make sure my family is taken care of, paid off house, almost done. I will say this though, bud. I know you're trying to give your family some sort of I don't know how legal this is, but do you at least have like a life insurance policy or anything? Like you know what I mean, like cuz I know it's a dark subject, but I'm hoping at least you at least got a life insurance policy too where they could at least get some sort of money if you know, in the worst case scenario. If it comes down to it, that is. Look at these notes. Says I wake up at 4 in the morning to take medicine that makes me dry heaving for a couple hours. Money's not a factor. Well cared for. Okay, that's good, man. That's good. At least your wife and your kid have some sort of way of being taken care of, no matter what happens, man. I will say this: I got to go here in a few moments, man. But my boy, dude, my boy. I just want to say this though. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, even though I don't know who you really are. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to get to know you. I mean that. I mean that a lot. Um, First off, your username on here always makes me chuckle. Look at these nuts. Every time I read it, I'm like, God damn it, I just have to say it. So, thank you for giving me the opportunity, even though like I've never really gotten the chance to get to know you, whoever you actually are. I just want to thank you for making me chuckle. You made me chuckle a lot, man. You're a good dude. Let's see. I go outside so no one hears me. A cow listens. But anyway, man, I'll let you go. But I hope, and it's tough, man. Like I say, make the best decision you feels. Username for Thames. Well, it's still funny anyway, so I appreciate it. I love saying it. Look at these nuts. Hell yeah. But yeah, brother. I just want to thank you though. So no matter what, brother, I hope. I will say that if you do decide ultimately to tell your wife and kids that you got Parkinson's, man, I hope they react well. That's all I ask. That's all I hope they do. You know. But anyway, bud, I'll let you go, man. That's funny. Good shit. Anyway, partner, I'm out. I gotta eat some food, man. I gotta get some food in my stomach. Catch y'all later. Probably do another